Stephen A. Smith here giving you guys the plays of the week. Tennessee was able to overthrow Georgia Tech in a nail-biter 34-32. This was absolutely a very, very good football game. Then we had Colorado Buffaloes against Clemson, going into Clemson, taking them down. My football team, man, they played great. We was able to get some things going in the receiving game. The spread style offense that a lot of teams just hate when they play us, and we was able to come out victorious in a shootout victory. Shout out to Alex Fritz, 4-star freshman. Michigan was able to roll through Florida State in a complete domination. They are trying to get back into the college football playoffs, and they have not slowed down any bit. This football team is a dangerous football team this season. Next up, we had, as I'm waiting, we had UCLA and Wisconsin. UCLA comes up with the upset. UCLA definitely was able to knock down Wisconsin, a very good football team. This was one of the plays of the week. Definitely was a very big one. This one right here, we had the number one ranked football team in the league go down from USC. Absolutely complete domination. USC causing 4 total interceptions. Although Texas A&M was able to continually fight, show their heart and their grit in this football game, but it just was just not enough for USC. Peace.
Been a very good year for the underdogs. A lot of underdogs has been going in-house to win football games. That's pretty damn good in my opinion. For a team to go off into a home crowd with the screen shaking, with the um, options to throw to a certain receiver is disappearing, that says a lot about how much talent these underdogs have. So let's get right to it. LSU defeated Ball State 37-0. Oregon defeated Troy 41-14. Texas defeated Tulane. I guess this wasn't a user, but Texas defeated Tulane 42-31. Then we had user versus user. This matchup right here, Michigan pretty much rolled over Florida State 35-14. Michigan has a very good football team. I know my selections in regards to Michigan, when I say they don't win in playoffs, that's really a plus. This team is going to get to the playoffs. This is a very good football team that can throw, that can run. They have another running back, Dalton Shelley. He has been taking the load for Graham McKeever. He went in the second round last season, and I mean they haven't slowed down any bit. Very good football team. Florida and FCS East, 74-3. UCF and Penn State, this was a user versus user. 52-10 in regards to this matchup. It was complete domination. I watched some of this game, and it was just pretty much lopsided. UCF pretty much just had their day. They pretty much had their way. 2 running backs over 100 yards personally, and then they was able to get some things going in the pass game. But overall, this team played very, very good football. Notre Dame and Washington, this was a user versus user. Washington wins 38-21. Taking a look at the turnover differential, Notre Dame turned the ball over 6 times. That's why they lost this game. It's just complete common sense. When you turn the ball over that many times against a team like Washington, a team that's trying to get back to the playoffs, that's what's bound to happen. What's very interesting is Alex Willis, senior DB, had 3 interceptions, man. That's pretty dang good for the senior DB that's trying to get his ticket to the NFL. Then we had Auburn and Texas Tech. Auburn defeated Texas Tech 31-14. Taking a look at the statistics, Auburn quarterback threw 4 TDs. He also got some things going in the rush game. Receivers didn't do much, but I mean he spread the ball around, had some sacks, 2.5. Then he also had 4 interceptions total. So that pretty much tells us the story in that matchup as Auburn was able to win. Auburn has had 2 back-to-back big-time wins. They beat Clemson, then they turn around and beat Texas Tech. USC and Texas A&M. This was a very, very big win for USC, a team that going into a Texas A&M Aggies home crowd, ranked 15, going against a team that's ranked number 1 at home, a team that's been getting to the playoffs and things like that. And USC has been playing some pretty good football. 0 turnovers in this matchup. They caused 4 interceptions against Darren Thieker, and it was just pretty much a show for USC. I mean, they was able to get some things going in the run game, knowing young Manning, he's going to run the ball. They also got some things going passing as well, but it was their defense, in my personal opinion. 3 interceptions from I'm not say that name, but senior from Nevada. I mean, that's pretty dang good. And then also that interception with Russ. But overall, man, I mean, USC has proved me wrong. I had them to not win against Texas A&M, but they proved me wrong. Then you taking a look at Georgia Tech and Tennessee. Very, very good one, man. This was a nail biter right here. 2 points. Turnover battle was 2-4, but it just pretty much was a nail biter, man. I mean, 2 interceptions from Sidney Marcus. Tennessee quarterback threw 4. Um, but to still be able to win a game is pretty good, man. I mean, you don't see that too much when we start speaking about turning the ball over. And when we're talking about turning the ball over 4 times and still winning, although Georgia Tech did turn the ball over twice, um, that's unheard of. Okay, let's see what we got right now, man. Colorado, I didn't show you guys that. Colorado did defeat Clemson, a very, very big win for us. Sometimes I forget to talk about my own team. We came to dominate. We played great against Clemson, 56-42. Turnover was 3-5. This game came down to offense, really. Obviously, we was able to get some things going. His quarterback had 549, 5 TDs. My quarterback had 411, 6 TDs. It was a complete back and forth offensive showdown. We also was getting a little bit going in the run game, a little over 100 yards team wise. He couldn't get anything going because he was behind a little bit, and we also played great as far as watching these wide receivers. I mean, yeah, he got off as far as Marvin Lincoln, but it was taking away a lot of the big plays from a lot of these guys, And so I watched the game tape. I knew who to watch, and but I mean, hey, he played great. I mean, he played a very good football game, and I mean, not everybody can stop my offense. So it's just sometimes that's just what it is. Oklahoma State blew past South Carolina 52-7. We just take a look at Oklahoma State. Clayton Folkers, 207, 1 TD. They also got to look going in the rushing game. Receivers didn't do too much. But, I mean, hey, it's all about getting that dub. Sometimes you can have a wide receiver get off, and then sometimes you just have a team win, and those are just as important as the others. Georgia and Utah, 45-21. Georgia with the victory. Taking a look at the turnovers, 2-3. So turning the ball over less. Coming back with the win. This is pretty good for Georgia. They was able to get some things going rushing with Lorenzo Browning, 21, 189, 4 TDs. Didn't do much as far as receiving, and they were able to get a few turnovers. Very good win right there. That's domination. Syracuse and Oklahoma. See, we had a lot of user versus user, so this is going to only be using this video. Syracuse wins 33-12. Very, very big win. Turnovers. They didn't turn the ball over at all. That's pretty damn impressive. And then this quarterback, Jamal Crisp, threw 1 interception, 5 sacks. Couldn't get anything going offensively in this matchup. Let's see. Then we had Wisconsin and UCLA. I thought Wisconsin was going to win this one, but unfortunately UCLA came out victorious, and I say unfortunate because they are in the Pac-12. No turnovers against a pretty good football team. Wisconsin had a very good season last year. Same as Juan Lashley, that's leading UCLA. They had a good season. Sophomore quarterback. They did get over 100 rushing yards, and then the receivers did okay. It's interesting to see who's going to take the toll in the wide receiver room for UCLA, as Randy Page did go first round wide receiver. He was part of the Heisman for this team right here. They was able to get some tackles going. So UCLA looks like a team, man, that's you're going to have to watch as the GFSSL League. That's pretty much it for this week. Games of the week, USC and Michigan. Going to be a very good battle. I'm gonna go with USC. USC has proven that they can win against big time football teams, and they got the home crowd this week after being on the road against Texas A&M. So I'm gonna go USC, Wisconsin, Syracuse. I'm gonna go Wisconsin. I feel like Wisconsin is gonna be able to get back on the road, get back in the win column. Syracuse is a good team, but I'm gonna go Wisconsin. Clemson and Georgia. I'm gonna go with Clemson. Clemson is a very good football team, man. And the reason they lost two games, one, they played against a very good football team as far as Colorado goes. And then they played against another team I can't remember. But, hey, this is a good team. Just unfortunately, I mean, they had three tough games in triple time back to back. Now you got Penn State and Alabama. Alabama's a two-time champ. I got to go Bama. And at home, Nick Saban Field. I mean, it's a no-brainer.